Pain is the hidden power that makes you unstoppable. Pain is not what you think it is. Most people run from it. They hide, they distract themselves, they scroll, they avoid. But pain does not disappear. It waits, and when it comes back, it comes stronger. Because pain is not your enemy. Pain is your message. Pain is your teacher. Pain is your hidden power. Think about your life, the moments that changed you the most. They were not easy moments. They were not happy days. They were not comfortable. They were painful. You remember them clearly because pain leaves a mark, not to hurt you, but to wake you up. Pain breaks your illusion. When life is easy, you believe everything is fine. You ignore problems. You ignore signs. You ignore truth. You say it's okay, even when it is not okay. You live in comfort, but comfort is dangerous. Comfort hides reality. Then pain comes, suddenly or slowly, but when it comes, it changes everything. You see clearly. You see who is real. You see who is fake. You see your mistakes. You see your weakness. You see your truth. Pain is like a mirror. It shows you everything. No filter, no lie, no escape. It hurts because it is honest. But this honesty is power because now you know, and when you know, you can change. Pain makes you stronger, not in one day, not in one moment, but slowly, deeply, forever. Think about the body. When you train, your muscles hurt. They break, they feel weak, but then they rebuild, stronger than before. Your mind works the same way. Every time you face pain, something inside you grows. Your patience grows, your courage grows, your strength grows. Even if you do not see it, even if you do not feel it yet. There will be moments when you feel like giving up. Moments when you feel tired, lost, broken. You will think, I can't do this. But you can, and you will. Because pain is not destroying you, it is shaping you. Strong people are not born strong, they are built. Built by struggle, built by failure, built by pain. Every time life pushes you down, you have a choice. Stay down or stand up. It is always your choice. Pain teaches patience. This is a hard lesson, because today everything is fast. Fast food, fast internet, fast success. People want everything now. But life does not work like that. Some things take time. Healing takes time. Growth takes time. Change takes time. Pain forces you to slow down, to breathe, to wait. You cannot rush pain. You cannot skip it. You must go through it, step by step, day by day. At first, this feels frustrating. You want it to end. You want to escape. But slowly, something changes. You learn to stay calm. You learn to wait. You learn to trust the process. This is power. Because most people panic. Most people quit. But you stay, and that makes you different. Pain shows you your real power. Before pain, you live small. You stay safe. You stay comfortable. You stay limited. You think this is your limit, but it is not. Then pain pushes you beyond your comfort, beyond your fear, beyond what you thought was possible. You face challenges you never expected. You handle situations you never imagined. You survive moments you thought would destroy you. And then something happens. You realize, I am stronger than I thought. This changes everything, because now you see your true self, not the weak version, but the real version, the strong version, the unstoppable version. Pain forces growth. Without pain, you stay the same. Same habits, same thinking, same life. Nothing changes. Comfort feels good, but it keeps you stuck. It is a soft prison. You do not see it, but it holds you. Pain breaks that prison. It shakes your life. It makes you uncomfortable. It forces you to ask, do I stay the same or do I change? And this is the moment that matters, because growth is a choice. Pain opens the door, but you must walk through it. Pain teaches you what matters. When everything is normal, you take things for granted. Your time, your health, your people. You think they will always be there. But when pain comes, you see the truth. Nothing is guaranteed. Everything can change at any moment. Suddenly, small things become important. A simple talk, a quiet moment, a healthy body. You begin to appreciate. You begin to feel grateful. Pain removes what is not important. Stress, small problems, unnecessary worry. They lose power because now you see clearly. This clarity is a gift, a painful gift, but still a gift. Pain builds resilience. This is one of the most important strengths in life. Resilience means you do not break, even when life is hard. You will fall. Everyone falls, but not everyone gets up.
Pain teaches you to get up, again, and again, and again. The first time is the hardest. You feel broken. You feel weak. You feel lost. But when you stand up, something changes. You feel stronger. You feel proud. You feel alive. Each time you rise, you become tougher, more stable, more focused, more powerful. Life will test you many times, not once, not twice, many times. But now you are ready, because you have learned, because you have grown, because pain trained you. Pain teaches self-control. This is a deep lesson, because pain creates strong emotions, anger, sadness, fear. You want to react, you want to explode, you want to escape. But in that moment, you have a choice: react or control. This is where real strength begins, not in your body, but in your mind. Self-control does not mean you do not feel. You feel everything, but you choose your action. You pause, you breathe, you think, then you act. This is power, because most people react. They lose control. They make bad decisions. But you are different. You respond with awareness. You respond with intention. Pain becomes your training. Every situation becomes practice. You become calmer. You become sharper. You become stronger. And slowly, something changes inside you. You are no longer controlled by pain. Pain is now controlled by you. This is how transformation begins, not outside, but inside. This is only the beginning, because pain still has more to teach, and what comes next will change the way you see yourself forever. Part 2. Pain makes you independent. This lesson is not easy, because as humans, we want support. We want people to stay. We want people to understand. We want people to help. But life does not always work this way. Sometimes, when things get hard, people leave. Not because they are bad, but because they cannot carry your struggle. This hurts. It feels lonely. It feels unfair. But inside this pain, there is a powerful truth. You realize something important. You cannot depend on others for everything. You are the one who must stand. You are the one who must fight. You are the one who must move forward. This does not mean you reject people. This does not mean you isolate yourself. It means you build strength inside. So even if no one is there, you are still okay.
Pain teaches you to trust yourself, your decisions, your voice, your path. At first, you doubt yourself. You feel unsure. You feel weak. But slowly, step by step, you grow. You make choices. You learn from mistakes. You adjust. And something powerful happens. You begin to believe in yourself. This belief is quiet, not loud, not arrogant, but strong. You no longer need constant approval. You no longer fear being alone. You no longer wait for someone to save you. You become your own support. And this is freedom. Pain strengthens your mindset. Before pain, your thinking is soft. Small problems feel big. Small failures feel heavy. You complain, you blame, you give up easily. But pain changes your mind. It forces you to see reality. Life is not always fair. Life is not always easy, and that is okay. When you accept this, your mindset becomes stronger. You stop asking, "Why me?" You start asking, "What now?" This shift is powerful because now you focus on action, not excuses. Pain teaches you to stay focused, even when things are unclear, even when the path is hard. You keep going, not because it is easy, but because you choose to. You begin to see challenges differently, not as problems, but as training. Failure is no longer the end. It is feedback. Setbacks are no longer fear. They are lessons. This mindset makes you unstoppable because nothing can break you easily anymore. Pain teaches discipline. This is one of the most important lessons. Many people fail, not because they are not smart, not because they are not talented, but because they are not consistent. Pain shows you this truth. When you fail, it hurts. When you are unprepared, it hurts. When you are lazy, it hurts. And this pain is a signal. It says, you need discipline. Discipline means doing what is needed, even when you do not feel like it. Waking up early, working when you are tired, staying focused when you are distracted. Pain teaches you that comfort has a cost, and that cost is regret. You begin to understand. Short-term comfort creates long-term pain, but short-term pain creates long-term strength. So, you change. You build habits. You create structure. You stop waiting for motivation. You act with discipline, day by day, step by step, and your life begins to change. Not fast, but real. Pain helps you understand others. This is a beautiful lesson. Before pain, it is easy to judge. You see someone struggling, and you think, why are they so weak? But after pain, everything changes. You understand, because now you have felt it. You know what it means to suffer. You know what it means to feel lost. You know what it means to fight silently. This experience opens your heart. You become more patient, more kind, more human. You listen more. You judge less. You realize that everyone has a story. Everyone has pain, even if you cannot see it. This makes your relationships deeper, more real, more meaningful. You connect with people, not on the surface, but at a deeper level. Pain creates empathy, and empathy creates strong connections. Pain breaks your ego. This is not comfortable, but it is necessary. Your ego tells you lies. It says you are always right. It says you know everything. It says you cannot fail. But pain destroys this illusion. When you fail, your ego is shocked. When you struggle, your ego is challenged. You see your limits. You see your mistakes. You see your weakness. This hurts your pride, but it helps your growth. Because now you become honest with yourself. You accept that you are not perfect. You accept that you still need to learn. This is humility, and humility is power. Because now you are open to learning, open to improving, open to growing. Without ego, you grow faster. Without ego, you see clearly. Pain teaches letting go. This is one of the hardest lessons. Sometimes your pain comes from holding on to people, holding on to the past, holding on to expectations. You think if you hold tighter, things will stay, but they do not. And the tighter you hold, the more it hurts. Pain shows you the truth. Some things are not meant to stay. Some people must leave. Some chapters must end. This is life. Letting go is not weakness, it is courage. It means you accept reality, even when it is painful. You release what you cannot control. You stop forcing. You stop chasing. And slowly, you feel lighter. You create space. Space for peace. Space for growth. Space for something better. Letting go is freedom. And pain is the teacher that shows you how. Pain creates purpose. This is a powerful transformation. When you suffer, you ask questions, deep questions. Why is this happening? What does this mean? What should I do now? These questions lead you deeper into yourself. Many people find their purpose through pain. They go through something difficult, and they decide, I want to help others. They turn their pain into strength, their struggle into meaning. Your story becomes your power. What hurt you becomes what drives you. You begin to see your life differently, not as random events, but as a path that is shaping you, guiding you, preparing you. Pain is not just something you survive, it is something you use. You use it to grow. You use it to help. You use it to create meaning. This is purpose. And when you have purpose, you become unstoppable. You are no longer just living. You are moving with direction, with intention, with power. Pain becomes fuel, not a barrier. And now you are ready for the final transformation, because the last lesson of pain will change everything. Part 3. Pain transforms you. This is the final truth, not just a lesson, a transformation. After pain, you are not the same person. You cannot go back, even if you want to, because something inside you has changed, deeply, silently, permanently. Before pain, you saw the world one way, simple, comfortable, predictable. After pain, everything looks different, clearer, deeper, real. You see truth faster. You understand people better. You value time more. You stop wasting energy on things that do not matter. You stop chasing approval. You stop fearing judgment because you have faced something harder and you survived. This gives you a new kind of confidence, not loud, not fake, but real. A quiet voice inside you says, I can handle this. No matter what happens, you trust yourself. Pain changes the way you think. Before, you avoided problems. Now, you face them. Before, you feared failure. Now, you learn from it. Before, you doubted yourself. Now, you believe in your strength. This is growth, real growth. Pain also changes the way you act. You become more intentional, more focused, more disciplined. You do not wait for the perfect moment. You take action. You do not depend on motivation. You rely on consistency. You do not run from difficulty. You move toward it. Because you understand something important. The hard path builds you. The easy path
weakens you. Pain changes the way you see others. You become more compassionate, more patient, more understanding. You know that everyone is fighting something, even if they do not show it. You treat people with more care, not because they are perfect, but because they are human. This makes your relationships stronger, more honest, more real. Pain also gives you gratitude. You appreciate small things, a quiet moment, a kind word, a healthy body. Things you once ignored, now they matter because you know they can disappear. This awareness makes life richer, not easier, but deeper. Pain removes illusions. It shows you life as it is, not as you wish it to be. And this truth sets you free. You stop resisting reality. You start working with it. You accept what you cannot control. You improve what you can. This is wisdom. Pain builds courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. You still feel afraid. You still feel uncertain, but you move forward anyway. Because you know something now. Fear will not destroy you. Pain will not end you. You have been through worse, and you are still here. This realization is powerful. It removes limits. It removes excuses. You begin to take risks. Not careless risks, but meaningful ones. You try. You fail. You learn. You grow. Again and again. Pain also gives you clarity. Clarity about your life. Clarity about your goals. Clarity about your values. You stop living on autopilot. You start asking questions. What really matters? What kind of life do I want? And slowly, you find answers. Not perfect answers, but honest ones. And that is enough. Pain shapes your character. Character is who you are. When things are hard, anyone can be positive when life is easy. Anyone can smile when everything is good. But real character shows in struggle. When you are tired, when you are tested, when you are under pressure. Do you quit or do you continue?
Pain trains your character. It teaches you to stay strong, even when it is difficult. It teaches you to stay honest, even when it is tempting to lie. It teaches you to stay disciplined, even when no one is watching. This is what makes you unstoppable. Not talent, not luck, not perfect conditions, but character. Pain is the forge. You are the metal. The fire is hot, the pressure is real, but it shapes you into something stronger, something sharper, something unbreakable. At the end of pain, there is a new version of you, a version that sees clearly, a version that acts with purpose, a version that stands strong. You are not the same person anymore, and that is a good thing. Now there is one final choice. Pain will come again, this is certain. Life will test you again, in different ways, at different times. You cannot avoid it, but you can choose how you respond. You can run, hide, blame, or you can face it, learn from it, grow through it. This choice will define your life. If you run from pain, you stay the same. If you learn from pain, you become stronger every time. So the next time pain comes, do not ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? This question changes everything, because now you are not a victim, you are a student, and pain is your teacher. Respect it, listen to it, learn from it. Do not fear it, do not hate it. Use it. Let it shape you, let it guide you, let it build you. Because inside every pain, there is power, hidden, waiting. And when you unlock it, you become unstoppable. This is your path. This is your growth. This is your transformation. Keep going, no matter what, because everything you face is preparing you for a stronger life, for a deeper purpose, for a better version of yourself. And that version is already inside you. Pain is just the key.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.